Hi, my name is Sierra Kalustian. I'm a Student Organizations Coordinator for the Student Life and Leadership Office on campus, and today I will be talking about getting recognized for the spring 2021 semester, as well as officer transition and just the most effective ways to have a transition between officers this coming semester. So first things first, why start now? Starting early with both the recognition process as well as your officer transition will make life easier for you when in the spring 2021 semester. So during winter break, clubs lose a lot of momentum, so we want to help you make sure that your club is ready to hit the ground running right when the semester starts. Also, starting early will make life easier for you in the future. For example, revenue sharing occurs in the spring semester, so if you get recognized early, you won't have to worry about rushing last minute to make sure you qualify. You also will gain access to your bank account faster. And so if your club decides they want to sell t-shirts or just get t-shirts for the club, your guys will already be recognized. Therefore, the process will be a million times easier. And lastly, as restrictions loosen, you will be the first alerted and your clubs will be able to host events within those restrictions fast. Next, I will be going over choosing potential new club officers. So when it comes to this, current officers should be looking at who they think might be the best people to fill their position. And what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to approach these people and ask if they would be interested. Good things to look for in potential new officers are people who are already in the club, who have already been in the club for a good amount of time, and you can tell are genuinely invested in this club. You want to remember that this isn't a popularity contest, and you want the people who will be the most successful in that position and will do their best to make the club as successful as it can be. As far as having your elections actually occur, there are a few ways to do this. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check your club's constitution and see if there are any requirements within that. For example, if your club has a specific quorum, like let's say 75% of the club needs to be in attendance, you want to make sure you are still meeting those requirements. Other than that, another good thing to push is to have the potential new officers come up in front of the club and give a speech. This could be a over Zoom call speech, or this can just be they write a little text box about why they feel like they would be the best for the position. After this, you're going to want to have the club members vote, and this could be, let's say, over Zoom call, where everyone just publicly states who they're voting for, or you can have them message one of the officers who's in charge of keeping track of votes privately, and that way that officer can keep a tally and at the end figure out who wins what position. Or another way you can do it that's a little bit more anonymous is have a Google Doc where they do not have to put their name, where you just have your club and then like just a checkbox for who they believe would be the best for each officer position. So an important part of the election process is the transition between officers. A good way to have a smooth transition between officers is to have potential new position holders and the current officers meet. This can be having the potential new officers meet during an executive board meeting. That way they see how every single officer works together to promote the success of the club, having a one-on-one meeting with the specific positions that they are interested in running for, or having them do both. Another important thing is to set up a transition period. So this can be having them shadow the current officer 1 week and then having them fill that position the next, while the current officer watches them and makes sure they know what they're supposed to be doing. Another good piece of advice that I highly recommend is to swap contact information with the and this is post-election, but the new officer with the one who just handed their position over. And the officer who is leaving office really wants to make sure that they are available for any questions that this new officer might have. So lastly, I will be talking about changing advisors. So this doesn't necessarily tie into officer transition, but this is an important one to focus on too. So, if you change your advisor, we recommend not doing it at the exact same time that you're changing your officer team. And this is just because it's so many moving parts at once, it's easy to accidentally make a mistake or get confused. So, when you're switching your advisor, you're going to want to look for a few things. You're going to want to look for someone who is easily accessible, who knows university resources, is able to provide you with information about other events that are going on that your club may be able to partner with, and most importantly, someone who is super dependable and will be there for you whenever you need.
And there you have it. These are our suggestions for having a smooth transition between club officers. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have any questions or need help with your club, please reach out to me at skalustian@csuchico.edu. Also, follow us on Instagram at Chico Student Life to get important updates.